studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is October 27th. I am Luke Sherman.
And I am Owen Gorsuch. Welcome back to Xavier News.
The time for spring class registration is upon us once again. Make sure to meet with your advisor to plan classes for next semester. Check your time ticket to make sure you are ready to secure all of the right classes for the spring.
In preparation for an eventual ground assault, Israeli tanks temporarily rode into Gaza on Wednesday night. Hours later, the 27 leaders of the EU released a statement calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. On Thursday, the United Nations held an emergency meeting on the crisis as the UN relief agency in Gaza has been forced to wind down operations of aid due to the ongoing Israeli blockade. In an impassioned speech, the Palestinian representative to the UN, Riyad Mansour, denounced the attacks, saying the answer to the killing of Palestinian civilians is not the killing of Israeli civilians, and the killing of Israeli citizens is not the killing of Palestinian civilians. Israel's own representative spoke as well, claiming Israel was not at war with Palestinians, but rather Hamas. Meanwhile, the civilian death total in Gaza nears 7,000 under Israeli bombing, almost 3,000 of which are children, and the delivery of much-needed aid to Gaza has been slowed by Israeli forces.
On Wednesday, congressional Republicans elected Mike Johnson, a Louisiana politician, as the new Speaker of the House. This ended a drawn-out process that saw 4 candidates nominated to the position in the past 3 weeks. The new Speaker is a social conservative and evangelical Christian who led the congressional effort to overturn the 2020 election. Johnson will appease the party's far-right wing as Congress prepares for a possible government shutdown and a $100 billion Biden spending package focused on providing military aid to Israel and Ukraine.
After more than 100 days of striking, negotiations resumed with company executives on Tuesday, October 24th. After the meeting, SAG-AFTRA negotiators took Wednesday to review the latest AMPTP offer and came back to the table on Thursday. Both SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP seem to be getting closer to ending the strike. They resumed talks today, and it looks like both sides hope to end the strike, but the AMPTP warns that next year's summer blockbusters could be postponed and TV shows could be canceled if no deal is reached in this upcoming week.
Have you ever felt unsafe crossing Dana Avenue? Renee Kovacs has the scoop.
I feel a little unsafe crossing Dana just because it's a downhill and cars have a lot of momentum, so they want to get on their way and they don't really take the time to slow down.
I probably cross Dana 5-6 times a day. It's a little unsafe, I feel like sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty safe.
About half the time I use the crosswalk by the academic mall, and the other half of the time I just cross the street like a jaywalk. When I push the light to cross the crosswalk, I'd say cars stop about 50% of the time. And it kind of just depends on whether you're like looking at them or wait for them to stop or not.
Although this road isn't always busy, when the lights turn green on Victory Parkway and Woodburn Avenue, cars come speeding down this road, often not paying attention to pedestrians.
Yeah, I wish the school would pay a little bit more attention, especially since so many people live over here and have to commute across the street.
I think the school that could definitely do some more, take more measures to prevent incidents in the future with crossing Dana. I think maybe a different type of crosswalk would benefit in the future.
Reporting for Xavier News, this is Renee Kovacs.
18 people are confirmed dead after a mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine on Wednesday night. The Maine police suspect the shooter to be Robert Card. They have recovered a cell phone and note from the suspect, but have not elaborated on what the note says. The manhunt for Card is ongoing.
The International Olympic Committee has announced 6 new sports to be added to the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. The sports are baseball, softball, cricket, flag football, lacrosse, and squash. Flag football and squash are making their Olympic debut, and lacrosse and cricket returning to the Olympics for the first time in over a century.
As we continue celebrating the 50th year of the DIF program here at Xavier, we remember the events of the year 1968. That was the year the first TV studio was opened on Sims Street, led by Father Larry Flynn, the Chair of Communication Arts, and Gay Adrick, a Xavier student at the time. The studio served as a promising beginning to what would become a thriving stable in the Xavier community.
Halloween is upon us. Let's take a look at some of the costumes Xavier students have planned.
My name is Maite Delgado, and your question of the week is, what is your Halloween costume this year?
One of the agents from Men in Black.
That's so iconic with the all black, you get the little sunnies. I love it.
Thank you.
Marceline from Adventure Time. I'm matching with my friend. She's being bubblegum.
That's so precious. I love it.
I'm gonna be jelly
I'm gonna be peanut butter.
So we got a...
or jelly sandwich.
And Hoshi, what is your Halloween costume this year?
I am being a witch. It is a little basic, yes, I know, but I have been a witch since I was a very itty bitty child, so I will stay a witch.
I love it. I mean, I did the same thing. I dressed like a vampire when I was little, 6 years in a row.
I love doing it all the time, constantly, every year.
I'm gonna be Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that's so cute. Little me would love that.
I'm gonna be Jesse from Breaking Bad. Very cool.
I'm going with him as Walter.
And today we're here with
Kennedy.
Alrighty, Kennedy, what are you being for Halloween this year?
I'm a cave woman.
That's iconic. I love it.
Thank you.
I mean, there's a bunch of very, very special options, but I'm gonna be Jason, classic. I got my leather trench coat jacket. Well, not the leather trench coat jacket, like the killer jacket for me. And I'm gonna get the cargos too, go with it. With the little Jason ski mask, get right for spooky season, you know what I'm saying?
That's so sick. I love it.
I'm gonna be one of the big thumbs from Spy Kids.
And you?
I'm being Supergirl.
I love it. That's so fun, you guys. All right, have fun on campus. Be safe.
So Luke, who are you being for Halloween this year?
Well, as you saw in the video, I'm going as the ever-famous Julius Caesar. How about you?
Well, I'm going to be a biased Michigan fan representing the best school in the Big Ten. Go Blue.
Today is the official release day of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Will people finally get an accurate timeline for the man behind the slaughter? You'll have to watch it to find out. If you're hungry for more horror, Saw X is also in theaters, and for a different type of fear, you can stream the still ongoing 8th season of Kitchen Nightmares. It may not be a typical horror, but some of those restaurants sure do give me the creeps.
I do hope they find the lamb sauce. Anyways, the Grevin Museum in Paris put up a wax statue of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson earlier last week. Unfortunately, the statue was much lighter than the real Dwayne Johnson's skin tone. Johnson has asked them to change the skin color for it to be more accurate. The museum corrected the skin color on Wednesday this week.
The popular live streaming site Twitch has just announced that they will allow their content creators to simultaneously stream on other platforms alongside Twitch. This opens up tons of new opportunities for big and small streamers alike, as old fans can now watch their favorite creators on whatever platform they prefer, and new fans can find live content much easier. Twitch put this change in effect after receiving the news that the site's biggest creators, including Amaranth, XQC, and Nick Merckx, would all be moving over to their competitor Kick. Fans of streaming content agree online that this is a great policy update by the company. So hopefully we will see more positive changes like this in the future of streaming.
Xavier's Marcom team paid a visit to our live show. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Aurelio. I'm here with the Blob Squad, and this is...
My name is Andrew.
And we're going to do a Blob Squad Tries Film and Television Club. So Andrew, what is the Film and Television Club?
So Film and TV Club is not where we just sit around and watch movies all day. What we actually do is we are the flagship club for the DIF program, So we do actual video stuff. So for the club, we meet weekly and we put on a live news broadcast that goes live on Facebook and YouTube each and every week.
Is there anything you can show me here?
Yeah, so right now I can give you a little demonstration on how to use one of our cameras here. Let's go take a look. Yeah, so this is one of the cameras that we use for our news show. It looks like there's a lot to it, but the amount that we actually need to use isn't too much. So all we really have here, we have our pan unlock right here. You turn this and you can move the camera side to side. Our tilt up here, you unlock this and you can move it up or down. Over here, we have the zoom in and out little knob, and then this dial right here adjusts focus. And you see everything you need to see on the little preview screen right here. And once we get shots in frame, we know they're good to go live.
Andrew, that was so cool. Can I give it a shot?
Yeah, we're actually just about to do our new show right now. We can have you hop on camera and let's get it done.
Sweet. Andrew, that was a lot of fun. How can I get involved with the Film and Television Club?
So if anyone wants to join the Film and Television Club, you can find us on Engage XU. We meet twice a week, once on Monday to plan for our shows at 2 o'clock, and then Fridays at 2 to go live at 2:30, both here in the TV studio inside of Brockman.
Can we get a roll blob?
Roll blob.
Taylor Swift released 1989 Taylor's Version today. 1989 was her 5th studio album, and this is the 4th of her re-recordings to be released. It comes just after 3 months after the release of Speak Now, Taylor's Version. Pre-sales release reached almost 1.3 million in the first week. The album includes 5 never-before-heard songs from her vault.
A long journey came to a close this past week as sheriff deputies in Florida captured an African sulcata tortoise, which was discovered to have escaped its home 3.5 years ago. The tortoise was taken to an exotic animal refuge where they were able to discover that the reptile was previously a pet due to its appreciation of head pats. The refugee was able to figure out the escapee's previous whereabouts when they found a report for a missing sulcata tortoise in April 20, just 5 miles away from where it was found. This means that in the 3.5 years the tortoise was gone, it only managed to travel the distance of a 10-minute drive. The tortoise was eventually returned back to its previous owners, who were surprised but grateful for its long-awaited return.
As we approach Halloween weekend, plenty of opportunities will open up for Xavier students to socialize during this spooky season. For starters, SAC is selling tickets for $10 on Engage XU for a night of frights at the Haunt at Kings Island. The Hub will be participating in Halloween events of their own throughout this weekend with some treacherous TRX, wicked weightlifting, or you could boogie down with some cardio dance. Check out Engage XU for more details if any of these events interest you. For those looking to get off campus, here are some upcoming Cincinnati events. If you have a cool costume to show off, then the Oakley Masquerade, Cincinnati's largest Halloween party, should be on your list. If you prefer comedy over costumes, then be sure to swing by the Big Bad Bone Daddy variety show, filled with comedians, contests, drag, and more. Or why not take a stroll through Artsville and collect some candy at their Trunk or Treat event, play some fun games, and look at all these spooky car trunks. Regardless of what you do this weekend, remember to be smart, be safe, and have fun.
XUFTC's Song of the Week is a 1966 psychedelic folk rock song, Season of the Witch, by Scottish singer-songwriter Donovan. Season of the Witch is a fittingly spooky tune, great for listening to as we close in on Halloween. And with that, that's all for the news desk.
We will be right back with the weekend weather report. But first, a look at some of Xavier students' Halloween costumes in action.
Hi, my name is Ryan Saki, and this is the Xavier Weekend Weather Update. For Friday, it will be raining with a high of 77 and a low of 62. For Saturday, it will be raining with a low of 55 and a high of 65. And for Sunday, it will be raining with a high of 62 and a low of 43. This has been your Xavier Weekend Weather Report. Now to Drew with sports.
Hello everybody, my name is Drew Collins and you're watching the Sports Report. Another busy week for sports right here in the Tri-State. Let's begin with the professional sports. The Cincinnati Bengals are set to take on the 49ers and San Francisco on Sunday. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy is listed as out as he was put into concussion protocol earlier this week. This means former first-round pick and New York Jet Sam Darnold will get the start. The Bengals are looking to get their fourth win in a row, that is, coming off the bye week. And FC Cincinnati's opponent for the first round of the playoffs will be the New York Red Bulls. The series will start this Sunday at 8 p.m. in New York. And now to Xavier Sports. The women's soccer team faced Marquette yesterday and walked away with a statement win, 3-0. The win makes the ladies the Big East regular season champs. That's the third season title in the program history and makes for their second straight unbeaten season in Big East play. Did somebody say Xavier's becoming a soccer school? Wow. Heading into the Big East tournament, the ladies get a first-round bye and will face the winner of St. John's and Providence in the semifinals on November 2nd. Congrats to the women's soccer program. The men's soccer team haven't lost in over a month. They currently are first in the Midwest Division in the Big East and have their last regular season game tomorrow at UConn. We have the possibility of both the women's and men's soccer teams bringing home some banners on Victory Parkway. The volleyball team is on the road trip as they are taking on St. John's tonight at 7 and then travel to Seton Hall tomorrow. They currently sit in fourth in the Big East. Women's tennis will participate in the ITA Fall Nationals next Thursday. And last but not least, before the men's basketball season gets underway, head coach Sean Miller received an extension on a contract that will put him to at least the 2028-2029 season. Well, that is a wrap on the Sports Report this week. Go X!